Hi everyone, I'm Lubomira and thank you for joining me. If you're visiting for the first time, welcome to my channel, and if you are returning, it's great to have you back. Here on this channel, I show you how I combine various card making techniques with elements made with the Cricut. Now, if you don't have a Cricut, that's okay. There are many ways of substituting the things I make with other products you may have in your stash. This video shows you how I incorporate what I make with the Cricut in a card. If you're interested in the Cricut tutorial to how I made this particular element, you can find a link to that video in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Today I'm going to make another card using the stencil I created last week. I love how that card came out, and I wanted to create another one using a slightly different technique. This time I'm going to be using some texture paste. I start off with taping down my panel and stencil, and I'm using an old paint palette to work on, but you can use any surface that you don't mind getting dirty and is easy to clean. Next, I apply 4 colors of Distress Oxide Ink around my panel. For all the materials I use, please see the description below. You can use any ink for this, and all I'm doing is mixing in my paste. I want to add some shimmer to my paste, so I sprinkle some white fine glitter into it, then blend until my colors are mixed. Once I have that mixed, I start to apply the paste to my stencil, and I'm not afraid for the colors to blend. I'm looking for a smooth and consistent thin layer. After my panel is covered, I remove it and the stencil to dry. I do clean both my palette and my stencil right away off camera. While my panel dries, I work on my stamping. For this card, I'm using this adorable unicorn from a Lil Magic stamp set from the Greeting Farm. I stamp my images using the misti in intense black ink. Then I color them with Copic markers. stamped 2 images because I wasn't sure whether I wanted to color my unicorn's body in warm tones or cold. So I started off with that before jumping into the tail and mane. After I was finished coloring in the bodies, I moved on to the hair and tail. I really wanted this image to be magical. In my head, I had this image of this rainbow tail and mane, but I haven't done many things that require a rainbow transition. I was a little intimidated. To start, I planned out my sections and I went back to basics. I wanted pink, blues, and purples in my finished image. I planned on putting the purple in the middle of the pink and blue because those two color families make purple. I put down the lightest of all 3 shades in their places, and then I just started playing and layering the colors, going back and forth between the darkest and the lightest, flicking in the color. Now the end result isn't perfect, but I love the overall look of it. I don't stress over bleeding. I use a gel pen to clean up my lines a little. My background is done drying, so I can die cut a heart. I take a moment to decide what size of heart I want, and I opt for a larger one. Once I have that die cut, I can begin assembling my card on my white stitched panel. And don't worry, I'm keeping the leftover background for another project. The sentiment I use is from the Magical Sampler stamp set by Paper Smooches. This stamp set has a whole bunch of sentiments dealing with magic. You can use these for birthdays and encouragement, or just to let someone know that they have a magical place in your heart. I popped my heart up using foam tape. I heat embossed the sentiment in white on a black piece of cardstock and die cut it using a banner die off camera. Now, I didn't have a very thick piece of black cardstock for this sentiment, so I reinforced it using a white piece. I simply die cut the white cardstock using the same banner die and then attached it to the back of my sentiment using glue. I also went around the edges of the sentiment with a black marker to cover the white peeking from beneath. So don't be afraid of using your thinner cardstocks because you can always reinforce them. And then position my sentiment. I use my T-square to help me keep it straight. Once those are in place, I secure my unicorn also using foam tape. Lastly, I decorate my card with a few sequins from the Let's Be Mermaids mix from Little Things from Lucy's cards. And that's it. This card is done. What do you think? I love the shimmer in the background, and I'm so glad I tried this new coloring technique. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Take care. Bye.